Hello and welcome to today's vlog where we're out and about. We're by the seaside, aren't we, Jan?
Yes, we are.
We are the furthest away from any canal you could possibly think of. In fact, we're at the most easterly point of England, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're in Lowestoft. Come to look at the seaside, have a bit of a walk, wander round.
And a bag of chips.
Yeah, but your favourite chip shop wasn't open, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No. So we've had to go somewhere else, but never mind. But we wanted to talk about boats, in particular narrowboats, because now we're getting at that stage where it's all getting a bit real and everything. We've started to compile a list of what we like and what we don't like. And everybody's the same when it comes to boats. It's a bit like cars, I suppose, in a way. What colour is it? How big is it? So the first thing was, how long do we want it? Well, we want to keep it. No, I mean, sorry. That was supposed to be a joke, but never mind. How long do we want it? In terms of how long?
Length of the boat.
Length of the boat, yes. What did you think I meant?
Well, I have no idea with you.
Oh, okay. The perceived wisdom, of course, is
60.
She's going big there, viewers. The perceived wisdom, of course, is that 57-ish foot can do the entire network and all the little canals and tributaries and everything else. So anything between 57 and I think 62 is the maximum to do the Leeds and Liverpool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, anything between 57 and 60 would be ideal for us. So stern. Now, if you don't know, you get 3 different types of stern. That's the blunt bit at the back. You can either have a cruiser stern, so that means it's a bit more space and you can have friends and family sitting there while you're steering. You can have a traditional, which is very short for space, but you are then enclosed in the back part of the boat, and the engine is enclosed, which means when you come to do any servicing or anything like that, or checking the engine, it's all under cover. And then there's the semi-traditional or semi-trad, which is a sort of halfway house between the two. We've always had semi-trads, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which one do you think you'd go for?
A semi-trad.
Semi-trad? Yeah.
I like a little bit more space out the back.
Bit more space.
I do appreciate that with a trad you get the engine that's covered.
Yeah.
But hard luck, because you'll be the one sorting it out.
I thought you'd say that somehow. So somewhere between 57, 60 foot, a semi-trad. So okay, are you concerned about berths? How many people we can sleep?
No.
As long as it's just the two of us?
Yeah just okay. The two of us.
Do. Yeah, okay. No singing. Otherwise it's copyright. So yeah, 2, maybe a +2, because we could make up like a sofa bed in the lounge.
That would be ideal, because I don't think we would have all 4 of them coming. Well, I don't think
you're talking about the girls and their fellas.
Yeah, I don't think
we're not
that would work.
Not like last time when we went on holiday with all 6 of us. It was a bit of a push and shove, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
and that was a 70-foot boat.
That was okay, but no, there would only be 2 at a time, I would think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 + 2 then.
Yeah.
And then right, okay. Now then, galley. Obviously, you want cooking facilities and everything.
Oh, that might help.
You're not worried about.
I'm not worried about microwaves and stuff. No, I just want something that is nice and that can probably fit both of us in at the same time.
Right. Okay.
Because I'm not going to be doing all the cooking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not even worried about having.
That's me told.
A washing machine.
A washing machine? No.
Not the beginning. No.
You can get one of them twin tubs, which are really handy.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of boat tubers who use twin tubs at Liverpool, or constant cruises or whatever. So you don't have to have a fully blown washing machine like you would do in a house or a flat.
I think it's just see how you go and what you feel that you need.
Yeah.
And which is a necessity. I mean, I don't mind, having the oven down low and not necessarily split. I understand that you prefer to have a split oven, so that it's.
So I'm not bending down. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not really bothered. I just want to. I want to go start looking. And then it will give you more ideas as well.
Yeah.
When you see more things, and then you can get. I could change, absolutely change from one week to the next. So I think once we start going and on board and looking at boats,
you'll get a feel for it. Won't you? That's the thing. Yeah, there are lots of boat brokerages out there. You can buy privately, of course. That's fine, and you probably get some good deals actually if you buy privately. The boat brokerages also have online presence, so you can sign up to their mailing list. So as soon as they get a boat come in, they'll send you an email, an Pops email, and you can click on the link in there, and that will show you the boat that they're advertising because it's the latest one. But you have to visit the website because they don't send all of their boats as they come in.
No.
It's just a selection of the ones they think, this might be interesting.
And you can't tell from just the information and a picture. You need to actually. I mean, some of the ones where they do videos of them.
Yeah.
They're much better. But ideally, you just need to get on one.
Yeah. There's a few that have got YouTube channels. I'm sure some of you may already subscribe to some of them, but they're good because you actually get a visual tour. And to be perfectly honest, here we are in lockdown 2.0, and we can't go looking for boats at the moment until December now. So the only thing that will happen is that they can send you photographs and they'll send you a video. But it's like when you buy a house. When we bought our house, it's the feel you get when you walk through the door, and you know if it's the right one.
Yeah, even if the decor isn't right or the rooms aren't quite what it's just that immediate feeling.
Yeah.
And then this is it.
Yeah, this is it. There's another song. This is it.
No.
Okay. No singing. Oh, right. Okay. Well, that leads us nicely on to toilets. Let's look at that for a segue, eh? Toilets. Pump out?
No way.
Now, there are several types of toilets, and you can spend an entire vlog, and there may even be entire channels, I don't know, all to do with toilets on board a narrowboat. So the traditional two styles are the pump outs, which means you have a huge holding tank, and you can probably go, two of us could probably go for weeks before we actually need it physically pumping out. That's always a good option, but of course.
Yeah, but then you finding a pump out.
Then you need to find somewhere to pump it out, and obviously there's a charge for that, somewhere about 15 quid or thereabouts.
And they're not always open.
And they're not always open, no, especially in lockdown 2 point, 3 point, whatever we're on. So yeah, that is a consideration, but you don't have to physically touch or get anywhere near your doings.
Bleep.
And then of course the other option is the cassette toilet. The cassettes can hold quite a bit of
wastage
stuff. Wastage, yeah, that's a good word. Yeah, wastage. They can hold a fair bit of wastage, and also you carry a spare or two, because obviously same thing again. You've got to go and find somewhere to empty it. You can't just chuck it over the side of the boat. There are places called L-sand points along the way that Canal and River Trust provide, and you can go and clean out your cassette in there.
Okay. You don't need to elaborate.
There are also macerators, which still work on a pump out system, but what happens is your waste is then chewed up into tiny little bits.
It's got like a fan.
Yeah, we had one on that hire boat, that Anglo-Welsh
the
boat.
other week. Yeah, I've never heard of them before, and that was. I would know we were only on it for 4 days, but that held out pretty well, didn't it?
Yes, very good.
That was good. Yeah. And then the compost.
Then there's a composting toilet where your number ones and number twos are separated. So when you sit down, this is all getting very WC, isn't it?
Yeah.
But effectively,
clean up your act.
Yeah. Effectively, your number one goes where number one goes, and the number two goes somewhere else. And the number two is is used to compost, and it's mixed in with other materials that break it down and then make it easier for you to dispose of. It's very environmentally friendly, and I know a lot of boaters have moved to that system, and I think it's one that we will look at in the future, but I think at first
cassette.
We're looking at cassette. We're
Yeah.
looking at a cassette.
I think so. Right, can we get off the subject of bogs, please?
Let's get off the bog. Dinette? Is it Dinette?
Yes, Dinette.
I've heard it called
Dinette?
Dinette? It's Dinette. I always thought that was dinette. But people call it Dinette. I don't know.
Well, we'll call it a dinette.
We're calling it a dinette.
And yes, we definitely want...
You'd want a dinette.
Yes.
Oh, now, dinettes can be a Pullman sign. Pullman type of dinette is face-to-face with the table in the middle.
Yeah.
Or there's the L-shaped dinette, which is where the table is here and you sit in an L shape around it.
No, I would rather the face-to-face.
You'd rather the face-to-face?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Well, and then we need solar panels because we're going to be constantly cruising, so we're not always going to be connected to mains electricity. We'll need the batteries topping up, and even on days like today where the sun's out for quite a few hours, you should be able to top up the solar and the batteries quite well, I would think.
Yeah.
So we're looking for solar power. So we've got...
Before solar panels or anything, what do I really, really have to have? What window? What hatch?
Oh, yes. This is top of the list, isn't it?
Top of the list.
It's called a duck hatch.
Or a Rosie and Jim window.
She calls it a Rosie and Jim window. I've no idea why, but it's a Rosie and Jim window, and that is a must. It's got to have a side hatch.
And hopefully, if it can be, within the galley. Because there's nothing nicer than washing up or cooking and just watching the world go by.
Yeah. We had one on Sapphire, which was opposite the galley, and it was really nice, and it had the steps, so you could actually go in and out the boat using that hatch. It opened up. It wasn't just a window where you could look out from.
It was another exit, wasn't it?
It was actually another exit because the
Yeah.
top slid like the stern door normally does on a narrowboat.
Yeah.
So it gives you, and it also had a PVC.
Perspex.
It had a perspex covering, so you could still have it open even if it was raining or inclement weather, which was really nice because it still gave you a view of loo.
You're talking about the loo again.
Sorry, I've got loos on.
A view.
It still gave you a view, come rain or shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So forgot that. That must be near the top of our list, I would think.
And we're not sure whether we want a reverse layout.
Oh, okay. A reverse layout. Now,
Again, I think we've got to go on board and view some of them.
Yeah.
Because every boat that we've been on or hired,
there's been a traditional
yeah,
that's traditional stern.
you go straight.
You go straight into the bedroom. Yeah. I've seen.
And if you've got the kitchen at the back, I can just imagine what you're going to be like. Jam.
Yeah. Cup of tea. Yeah, cup of tea. Yeah. Keep it time.
Jam. Bacon butty.
Bacon. Yeah. Yeah. But there is, the other thing is, of course, some people say, well, if you have the bedroom at the back and you've got that carpeted, when you come off the boat and you have to nip to the loo, for instance, you're walking through your bedroom with mucky feet. So actually having a galley at the stern, at the back of the boat, is easier because you're usually walking on a hard floor of some description.
I'm not too sure. Again, you see, we have to get and have a look.
You have to go, yeah.
I'm not sure whether I want any carpet anyway.
No carpet, okay. Maybe a rug, throw.
That's better because you can wash that. But again, we just got to wait until... I want to go and view some boats.
Yeah. We've got to,
that's the next move.
Yeah,
we need to go and view them.
We've got to go viewing. So there we go. So we're okay. I think we're about there then, aren't we? You need a well deck because you need to sit down with a gin and tonic.
Why are you looking at me?
Don't know. Gin and tonic?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need a reasonably sized well deck. Gin and tonic deck. G&T deck? Yes.
Yeah.
Colour? Colour, yes, colour. We haven't talked about colour, have we?
Do you know, I don't care.
You don't mind? Blue, green?
I don't think I would want a white boat.
A white boat, no.
The majority of being white.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. I just want to go and get that feeling.
You want to get the feeling? Yeah, we've got to go some. So yeah, not so long now. We'll be going boat hunting. Ooh. And we'll take you along with us.
Yeah, come and help us.
Yeah, come and help us decide, because we probably won't be able to make up our minds. Well, there we go. So just a little chat today. If you've enjoyed what we've been talking about, don't forget to give us a thumbs up for a like, subscribe to the channel, and then you can follow the journey and see what boats we go and look at. And don't forget to press the bell icon.
Ding!
Thank you, Janet.
That was quite quiet.
That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, but we're in the middle of lower stuff.
We're in the middle of lower stuff, so yes. And of course, pressing that bell icon will mean that YouTube will let you know next time we upload a video. In the meantime, stay safe, everybody. Happy boating. Bye for now.
Bye.
Today.
Welcome to today.
Welcome to today.
Well, you can't say welcome to tomorrow, can you?
Welcome to yesterday. What a day that was. Will mean that YouTube will let you know the next time we upload. And YouTube will